Okay guys, well these are my settings that I use for 1203.6. I've calibrated the TV, and even though I've calibrated, there's still a bit of fogging, as you can see, sort of blurring when I'm moving around a lot, which is an annoyance really, and I know is a problem being reported by a lot of people with this TV. And very similar TVs. It's just something you really can't avoid too much. Having said that, all the other settings I use I'll go through right now. So if you prefer this as to what you see in terms of color and brightness and everything else, as opposed to perhaps the overly colorful, too punchy images that you get from the standard game settings, then please look at these settings as follows. So the settings are, first of all, we have it on movie, and we don't select any special game mode, because all that does is it turns off a ton of processing. Then we go to expert settings, and we have the backlight at 20, brightness at 48, contrast at 100, sharpness at 0, color at 50. We apply that to all sources. Digital clean view is off, and analog clean view is off by default. Automotion plus is off. Smart LED we set to high. Film mode is set to off by default. HDMI UHD color is to all sources. HDMI black level is set to auto, that's default. Dynamic contrast we set to off. Color tone is warm 2. Now, I've had posts, people comment before that they feel this is too yellow. You can easily change it to warm 1, which is more of a blue tone. As you can see, it does change it somewhat. But warm 2 is closer to SMPTE standard. White balance we have on 2 point. -7, -6, -8, -1, -1 and -4. On 10 point at 100% we have -1, -3 and -8. At 90% we have -7, -6, -8. At 80% we have -12, -9, -7. 70% -10, -9, -6. 60% -8, -8 and -9, 50% -4, -3, -1, 40% -3, 3 and 10, 30% we set at 0, -1, -1, and 20% we set at -11, -11, -13, and then finally 10% -13, -14, -15. We set gamma at 0. Color space we set to native. And those are the settings for game using a PS Pro. If you're using an Xbox One or an Xbox One X, you can start off with these settings and then tweak them. When I am getting an Xbox One X, and I will be doing the settings for that using this TV also, so please look out for those. Any questions, please do let me know, but of course if you prefer the standard game settings for that the TV sets itself at, then you know that's entirely up to you, but I prefer a less colorful sort of artificial I prefer a more natural rather than a less artificial, too punchy color view to something that's more of a natural looking real world feel than sort of the overly punchy colors that and too much of everything in lots of ways that game setting on the TV tends to set it at. So if you find this video useful, Don't forget to comment, let me know which you prefer, whether you prefer the standard TV settings for game or these calibrated settings for game. And let me know your thoughts. If you thought this video was helpful, then don't forget to subscribe and become part of our wonderful little community. Okay guys, thanks very much. Bye bye. Love clicking things? I do, you do, we all do. Why not click some more things like the subscribe button? Or in fact, there's a bell button. How exciting! These mythical buttons make numbers grow and alerts appear like magic. Do it now and be part of the wonder of the interwebs. How about another video? Look, it's there. Lovely new video to watch when you're done clicking. Yummy.